Now, in the bottom left, we have our champion who just lost in an upset in the previous game to somebody you probably thought was a nubbin.
I am MVP.
Not anymore. Whatever good strats he has right now, he's going to be pulling out. That's right. Go to GatorTasteless.com.
Great site.
Great site.
It's my homepage.
Bunny site. Now over here in the upper right, we have Youngblood Protoss.
Creator Prime Week.
That site, Game for Taste, is pretty funny. When somebody first linked that to me, I was like, oh man, what is this? And then I saw it, I'm like, oh, actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Now, this map, Tasteless, is rotationally symmetric.
Yes.
Now, that means that there have been some positional imbalances arising on this map slightly,
right.
But they are cross positions, which means it's completely even.
Well, we want to say hello to the Korean viewers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, go back to this game. I wasn't ready for that one, Arto. So you got to be ready in this job, man.
I was ready. When the lights go
up
higher
I was thinking
on
about
us,
that, and then I came on. I'm
ready.
like, I didn't quite pluck my eyebrows right.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. They know we're gonna be.
Your eyebrows are a little bit wolfish.
I'm one of those guys. I gotta watch out for the unibrow. You
do.
You do a little bit of plucking. Yeah, sometimes people shave. But you know what happens when you do that? You get a little bit of stubble. Yeah. Unibrow. You don't want unibrow stubble.
No, that's nasty.
No. Well, moving on to this game.
Yeah. Anyways, they are cross positions, so it's pretty much very balanced. We should see a very nice game here, especially if Creator wants to play just a safe, solid style like last time. But sometimes if the back of their natural is like facing you, for instance, if Creator was the top left of this map, he would feel pretty much on top of the world against MVP's expansion. You rush to Thermal Lance and the Colossus, and you kind of poke the SCVs a little bit while you force him into no medevacs straight into Vikings, and he's like, oh, I hate this.
And then whenever he stims, you just like run away. And he's like, oh,
yeah, pretty
now
much.
I'm addicted to stim packs. I tried the gum, it didn't work, I can't get off it. Now I chew the gum and use the stim packs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we do have the SCV of MVP checking out the base of Creator. Creator, not so lucky. Hasn't really seen anything in MVP's base. Interestingly enough, he has made a quick Zealot and is sending it across the map. I am a big fan of that, but not against Wallens.
Now, guys, we have a little bit of downtime here as these guys develop their builds. So feel free to get on Twitter, make an account, add Call Me Tasteless, add Artosis, and add GOMTV. We had the old one was GOMTV Net. The new Twitter account is GOMTV.
Yep.
And listen, I've been mentioning this a lot, but I know there are people who just aren't doing this, and I'm going to have to start punishing our viewers, Artosis.
Oh, yeah?
If they don't get Twitter accounts, I will have to start casting these games while chewing gummy bears.
That would be completely terrible.
They don't want that.
Mm-hmm. I'll start casting with a spoon in my mouth. I keep biting the spoon.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like I'm eating hot soup.
I'm casting it with a jawbreaker in my mouth. I'm like, it's my jawbreaker impression. Did you like it?
It wasn't as good as your gummy bear one, but it was good. It's good.
All right.
Looks like he wants to bruise the bunker a little bit. And you know what? I actually really like moves like this as long as you don't let it go beyond the shields of the Stalkers. Because then MVP spends money repairing that. How much money did this cost him? None, Tasteless. That's exactly how much. So don't ask such a stupid question.
I'm so sorry. I just asked these dumb questions. I'm a simple guy. Oh, 3 more gateways. Well, 2 more gateways. 3 total.
Yeah. 1 gate expanded into 3 gate. Very popular and
I wonder if that
strategy.
thing in the middle of the map projects the Batman symbol into the sky.
Projects the Tastosis symbol.
Yeah, that's right.
It just makes like a big circle of light in the sky. We're like, oh, that's us.
They need us to
That's
cast
why
the
whenever
games.
we wake up early and see the sun out, we're like, who's calling us? That's like a big red Archon in the sky. Commissioner Gordon needs our help, Tasteless.
Officer Gordon.
No, he's Commissioner.
Oh, that's right. It is Commissioner Gordon. Excuse me.
Jeez, Tasteless.
Has anybody ever played Commissioner Gordon without a mustache?
He has a mustache. Why would you ever do that? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
Maybe he didn't have a mustache when he was Officer Gordon. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't read.
If everybody only lives once, you should at least once in your life have a mustache.
I can't grow a nice mustache.
You can't. You get the like wispy guy hairs. Actually,
it's not wispy. It's just
It's not that good.
It doesn't come in right. It doesn't look right.
Another thing you should is every guy should at least have a mohawk once. I don't care if it looks good. You only live once.
I'm on TV all the time, though, Tasteless.
No, I know.
What do I do?
I can't sit here with a mohawk and my head set in the middle of the mohawk. But if you ever have a mohawk, I've had a mohawk before, you nobody will make eye contact with you. It's the most bad. You walk down the street and nobody makes eye contact with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I should have gotten a mohawk when I was going for jogs around my block.
Yeah, man.
I don't have to try to pretend I'm thinking about things. I try to look in their eyes. They won't do it.
Yeah.
Careful,
Useful tool.
beat you.
Now, note that he's going for siege tanks here.
Also, getting
this
a Banshee.
is an indicator of a push. He was going to use the Banshee as a spotter, do this kind of center mid-game push.
It's pretty darn strong, Tasteless. You have to be careful, though. If you're going to go all in with it, you have to be super, super careful, because if Protoss stalls it out for a little bit, gets some Zealot charge in there, maybe does a few semi-counterattacks, excuse me, it can be pretty difficult to pull off. I much do prefer when you go for the Marine tank style and actually take additional bases. As your siege tank count grows, they get exponentially stronger.
Oh, absolutely.
Just 1 or 2 siege tanks, no good. 3 or 4, get in there.
Now, you know,
have 10 siege tanks, Tasteless. A row of Immortals isn't going to take that out, man.
No, you know what's another thing to note is that if you're a good Terran player, you want to be target firing with the siege tanks in the battles.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise your siege tanks are going to just shoot the stuff that's usually close. It's going to blow up your Marines because it's hitting the Zealots.
You know who was known for that in StarCraft 1? Nada. Yeah. He would target his siege tanks in battles quicker than anyone else, and he won battles you should never win.
Yeah.
Or maybe you should, but only if you're a superhuman like Nada.
Nice little harass there by the Banshee. You know, making those probes not mine for a few seconds.
And 3 kills.
Yeah.
It's little things, Tasteless. The little things in life which make you happy. Like killing 3 probes with a Banshee.
Now the Banshee is going to try to bank up in here. Protoss should be prepared for this because it's the next most obvious place. Excuse me, he's not going to go there. He's going to park there. And it looks almost as though Creator wants to do the exact same thing in the previous games he did this time. But MVP's not going to do that. MVP is somebody who mixes up so many different builds.
Yeah. I'm looking around the bases right now, and Creator has a perfect star of pylons in his base.
Oh my god, he
Look at
does.
that. That's actually like a perfect star.
What does it mean? Now
he's performing a magical ray.
I know.
It's like just all the Marines disappear in a puddle of blood.
Okay, now, if these bunkers get up, this game could end. I don't know if Creator was equipped to deal with a push of this level. He does have the Raven here, so that's going to make point defense drone pretty handy.
Now, this is very, very strong. It's quite hard to actually battle against this. He may want to bring his Colossi onto the high ground and start poking up there. You know, run in like a siege tank, a Zealot in front to take siege tank fire and try to poke the siege tanks.
You know, at times I almost feel as though Protoss shouldn't even be taking this expansion. They might want to do something a little bit more wonky, like take another main.
You know, one thing that I quite like on this map is getting quicker speed, but here he goes. Those bunkers aren't filled, Tasteless. MVP was slow on filling those. They've been done for a bit. And some nice force fields going up, letting those Zealots get in there and do damage.
Defense thrown out here, covering. But yeah, those bunkers were not filled.
Not targeting the Colossus quite perfectly, but there you go, getting out some of the Marines. Still a lot of damage done.
He needs to get another Banshee over there.
Yeah, that was actually very important, killing off the Banshee. He still has the Raven to spot.
Yep, but the Raven a little bit slower, a little bit clunkier.
Now, Terran is up in supply. Creator having a very hard time mining, but he's killed off a lot of it, and he's still getting Zealot charge. I feel like you should invest every mineral he has from here into Zealots.
Nice.
You know,
putting
Zealot
the auto
charge, very good against this.
I like the auto turret there. Even if the Raven goes away, the auto turret will be around for a little bit. The auto turret can shoot at the Nexus.
Yeah, that's a very good use of auto turret.
High five for that auto turret. Now, you know, here's the problem is that even though, the Nexus isn't dead, it's certainly not allowing the Protoss to get any more minerals.
And it may die. I mean,
it may die.
It's on a clock here.
I think this attack is going to be pivotal here.
Yeah, it is, and he is going in. That should be targeting with that Immortal a little bit better. The Immortal can take out those siege tanks. He's had like 8 Immortal shots that weren't on siege tanks. There we go, finally taking some out. And it looks like he will break through Tasteless. But even breaking through here. And he does save the Nexus. MVP still has a good amount of supply. They're about even. And let me give you some numbers. 55 SCVs against 46 probes. He's dropping a bunch of mules at the moment. He's going over, he's getting his Vikings going. He's still got siege tanks, so that he's got a pretty strong anti-Colossus army with that third command center just finishing.
Here's the thing, he might have lost his army, but at the same time, yeah, Protoss was not mining. Terran is continuing to muster up a pretty scary army here. And I don't know if Protoss is going to have enough money to get another Nexus right away, so Terran is still ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, Dasus, exactly. But the one thing Creator does have going for him, which is a pretty big deal, he has very nice upgrades. He's got the +2 to his armor, and he's got his Zealot charge.
Yeah.
He started the +3, he's starting a third Nexus,
nice.
so
the game
is pretty close.
Yeah. Now with the Observer gone, he's going to have to go back into making Colossus.
You know, one big issue that I see here is MVP just started as 1-1. Now that can be an issue when you really dedicate to an attack like that. You never seem to start the upgrades as Terran.
And here's another problem: is that Protoss can chrono boost their upgrades.
Yeah.
So Terran actually, as long as Protoss stays on top of stuff, Terran will never catch up on attack and armor upgrades.
Unless this game goes to 30 minutes, Creator should be ahead on upgrades for the entire game. So.
Now here's another nice little move here. Medevac.
Will he see it? Oh, just barely not seeing it. Wow. Wow, that probe got out of there just in time, or you would have seen that drop coming. Thing is, he does have a lot of stalkers waiting on the edge of his base for this. Catching those two dropships would be huge.
Terran has taken the new expansion at the center left, and of course at the bottom left, or bottom left center, whatever you want to call it. He's expanding there again. Now, what Terran's basically doing is staying out on the map. He doesn't want to let Protoss leave
Their
home.
shift clicked in, Tasteless.
Okay,
he's not
if you
looking
have
at
children
them.
in the room, they may have to cover their eyes.
Uh-oh! And down goes one, down goes the other. Huge move by Creator. MVP
that is so bad.
Yeah, man. You can't just blindly shift-click in a drop like that unless, it's so super in-game that those units don't matter. Suddenly, the supplies are even. He just lost, Tasteless, a lot of supply.
This is the Colossus game, so, he has, 2 medevacs now?
He lost 20 supply right there.
He's making Vikings, but he's going to have to remake some of those medevacs. Otherwise, he gives up the harassment option, and Terran just becomes his ball.
Not only that, but
around the map.
Marauders and Marines gone as well. That was huge to lose that. Can't sugarcoat this. That was huge to lose that. This is Game 3 of Super Tournament. MVP has won 2 championships. Let me tell you, he wants to win Super Tournament the most.
It's because he likes money, man.
He loves money,
He
Tasteless.
loves money.
Who doesn't love money?
The Amish.
Ha! The Amish have a lot of money, I've heard.
Do they?
They're actually secretly rich because they make great.
Does he churn butter or something?
Yeah, well, really good natural stuff.
Cheers to all the Amish people who are probably not supposed to be watching the GSL.
Well, if they are, they're on Ro.64 or whatever that is, and congratulations on you.
Now,
Ro.64, that's it. Ro.64.
Okay, now he's going to go for the push. I don't know if this is a good idea, Artosis.
No.
This is actually a peculiar decision.
I'm with you.
Him.
I am iffy on this one. Here's the thing. There are a lot of Vikings. He's got high ground with the watchtower, and he has siege tanks. Excuse me. So that's going to go very well against the Stalker-heavy, Colossus-heavy army Creator has. But
he might want to unsiege and back up right now. I mean, maybe drop this here, take out the next. He needs to gun it.
Well, the thing is here, Tasteless, not a lot of Zealots out. If he made a huge round of Zealots, he could break this easily.
I think Creator is actually treating this as if for some reason he can't kill this army. I don't know if that's actually the case. However, MVP does snipe the Nexus.
Oh, very nice by MVP with those Vikings. Has a Colossus walk up there, and he does lose the Nexus, losing a lot of his Stalkers as well, and suddenly out of nowhere, Creator falling apart. Just falling apart, Tasteless.
That was actually pretty sexy by MVP. That was an army that MVP should not have been able to kill had both players controlled properly, but MVP came at kind of a bizarre angle. Look at that, man. He is so good. Whoa. In and out.
2-2 on the way for MVP. Storm on the way for Creator.
And, with Blank, this is where, you can really chase down a sizable army. So he split up some of his army, had them deal with this while the rest get away.
MVP at 183 supply against 116 for Creator. It's really too bad here. Creator definitely made some mistakes there. Losing that Nexus was huge. But he does have 3 base against 4 base. He's got good upgrades going for him, so those are trying to name all the positives. I'm like, he has Size Storm. You know, when you see a situation like that, there's siege tanks, there's a smaller amount of Marines and Marauders because he did kill those 2 dropships, a lot of Vikings as well. A lot of Protoss are like, well, I gotta have a lot of Stalkers to make sure my Colossus don't die, but the opposite of that is, hey, guess what? If you make a ton of Speed Zealots, Charge Zealots, you will actually roll through that.
And you know, here's
you go all over that stuff, Tasteless.
If you take that out, I mean, what are the Vikings going to do? Land? LOL, those are Vikings, man.
You know, they need a decent amount of Marines and Marauders with them to land them, to have them actually do any good work there.
Look, we got a little DT in here. This is going to cause some trouble at home. Maybe allow Creator to get back on his feet. This Marauders scans it. He does take out some SCVs here. He should be able to get away from this. Get over here. More Marauders come up and take that out. I think sometimes with Protoss, you kind of gotta wane away from Colossus, Stalker, and start to focus on Immortals and High Templars and Zealots. You know, because that essentially renders the Vikings useless.
Well, you know, I'm a gigantic fan of making a bajillion Zealots in this matchup. They're cheap, they tank, they deal so much damage.
If you're ahead in upgrades too, here comes another battle.
Oh, bad Size Storm there, bad Force Fields. Yeah. Oh, nice. Very nice there, though. Taking out a lot of medevacs.
In fact, every single medevac will die here.
Hard storms. Missing a lot of his storms. Kind of a sloppy engagement there by Creator. But he killed a lot of medevacs, so that's nice.
Nice little Viking harass there at that expansion.
I like that Marauder on the high ground, Tasteless.
Yeah, it's the little things that help out. You know, here's the problem: is that Protoss has never been able to actually really deal any damage to the Terran and the Terran's base. It's basically the Protoss running around defending, and you know, MVP being untouched. I mean, you can talk about all the battles in the middle of the map, but let's look at who's been losing buildings and having to move, you know, their workers around. It's Creator.
That's quite true. I like, though, what Creator's doing here. There are ghosts on the way, as well as personal cloaking for them from MVP. But Creator, you know, he's making some Archons. He's getting a decent number of Zealots. He has some Immortals mixed in finally, and High Templars. And I think these are good choices because there have been a lot of Vikings out. It's obvious that MVP has 2 starports, so it's going to be hard for him to go into those unless he kills off all these Vikings. You know, eventually those Vikings will land and go into a battle, and that's when you kill them and you notice that happen, that's when you switch back into your Colossus. But right now, I like what he's doing with his unit composition. It's pretty good. Oh, a nuke is on the way and a ghost is going to nuke. Oh, I like this.
Sexy. He's going to nuke him. Now, right now, MVP knows he's way ahead of his opponent.
Not as ahead as he was earlier.
Not as. But
well, he's going to be more ahead in a minute here.
And that's what he could start doing now is incorporating some unique strats, throwing a nuke in there. That's a stressful situation. It's one nukes are kind of hard to use in you know, stage games like this.
Quite true. MVP right now, though, he is taking the whole bottom right, basically. He is moving across this map, Tasteless, taking all over the bases all over the place. But almost maxed is our Protoss player.
He wants to nuke.
Yes, he
in this
does.
location.
There is an observer, though. Excuse me, I'm sorry I keep coughing, everybody. A little cold.
It's the yellow dust. Here we go. The Marines Marauders engaging here.
Some nice EMPs going off, but a lot of units for Creator.
I'm a little bit shocked MVP is actually fighting this. This is like obviously a battle he can't win.
And the thing is, he could possibly lose every medevac. If Creator micros right, he can kill at least 4 or 5 of those medevacs. Does not do it. Does not do it. That actually has to be one of the biggest things on your mind during a battle that you're going to win.
Yeah.
Is microing the hell out of your stalkers.
We had a nuke for a quick second, but that nuke now got launched into space and will probably hit another planet.
You know,
maybe in the third best of 3, he'll hit the Xel'Naga Caverns. We'll go, oh, that's what happened to that nuke in the MVP Creator game.
I'm a little bit upset that he didn't take out those medevacs. I feel like that's such an important thing.
I don't know. Did he see them?
Of course, yeah, they were in the battle. I
kind
mean,
of teetered off though. You know,
I think it's because the nuke was happening, and he got kind of divided up on what he was thinking, what he was doing. But you can chase down medevacs with blink stalkers very easily when you win a battle, and that's one thing you have to punish a Terran when he doesn't engage correctly. You have to kill off those medevacs because now MVP has like 6 or 7 more medevacs than he should, and that's a lot, man. Those things heal fast.
Now, if you can get behind at this location with these stalkers, that would be ideal.
3-3 for MVP, 3-3 for Creator. So, as the game has hit 30 minutes, that has occurred. Ouch, nice EMP. And Creator, though, still a pretty strong, pretty scary army. Does have 3 High Templars in it. All of them have enough energy for storms.
You know what's funny about this game really is that we're seeing MVP lose a lot of his army but still have more of the map. Here comes another drop. I like it. This is what you got to do. You
Take out some valuable tech building scraps.
Yeah, maybe go for the Robo Bay here. That would be great for taking out observers. Nope, gonna go for the Warp Gates. Protoss with a pretty diverse army here.
Another clump of the MVP army moving up Tasteless.
Uh-oh.
And his High Templars are clumped! EMPs! But storms do get off, and now, MVP may be in a little bit of trouble here.
You know what? I think MVP has to get rid of his SCVs. He's actually not, there's never has a big enough army no matter what.
He may have to, Tasteless, because it looks like, well, actually, these ghosts in the back doing a great job of dealing extra damage. But as they do uncloak, Creator should be able to take them out.
That's what they sound like when they die, Artosis.
I tell you, Cloaked Ghosts actually do such an awesome job in these battles.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some of these numbers. 63 SCVs against 67 probes. And as you said, something very interesting, and the only player that I see do it consistently in late game TVP is Slayer's Boxer.
Yeah,
he builds a bunch of orbitals and then starts getting rid of SCVs so that he can have more supply in his armies. And I love moves like that, Tasteless.
Well, you know, he has so many orbitals, he can just start dropping mules everywhere and just use mules for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
You know, get rid of half of his SCVs. Because every time they get, you know, what's funny is that MVP's harassment has been so successful, but then, you know, the bottom line is that means that Protoss never has a lot of probes, so when they both get maxed out, Protoss has a bigger army.
Yeah.
And if you guys are new to Starcraft at home, if you're little nubblings, you know, you can't make more than 200 supplies. Some units cost 1 supply, some 2, some more. But, you know, if you get maxed out and you just have too many workers, you're just going to lose every battle.
Yeah. Exactly. But you get more income so you can replace your army better.
Yeah.
It's an interesting little thing. Now, we do have a nice little MVP group coming up here. Also a drop going into the main of Creator. Creator, I wish that you would have like a DT in every base to stop some of these drops a little bit better.
Now he's coming up here trying to save his base. Nice EMP, that hit so much. Meanwhile, the warp gates are being torn apart. He can actually pick up. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, beautiful drop by MVP here.
And you know what? This might be one of the most pivotal moments in this game here.
Yeah.
As if you can manage to just get this Nexus, the Stalkers don't have the energy to blink down yet.
And here's another thing, Tasteless. While he's losing all this and a lot of units, there's still a drop in his main base.
Yeah.
He's losing a lot of buildings. He might even lose his Robo.
Oh, he did not manage to do the Nexus, but comes back over here. Look at this.
Wow. Creator just being torn apart right now. Stuck down at 143 supply while MVP is sitting max with 4K, 2.5K in the bank. And it looks like Creator, he doesn't have a lot of outs left, Tasteless.
And, you know, he served his purpose. Meanwhile, back at home, this may be even more impactful than losing all those expansions, is losing all the production facilities.
You know, they're all pretty impactful. Impactality here is undeniable.
He has a planetary just out in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
I love that.
He's just kind of zoning off some of these areas.
Yeah.
He is finally making a bunch of orbitals, by the way.
That's good. Oh, look at that. Now taking out the Forge. Get over here, stupid Marauder.
Right now, MVP is just kind of having fun. There's actually no reason for him to do that, but he does it anyways. Well, I guess he is. We'll get the Forge. That's
yeah,
nice.
getting the Forge is pretty big. Nice EMP. That basically got everything.
Wow. Even the Archon's being brought down to no shields.
Oh my God. Hitting 3 Templars there with the EMP. Look at the beautiful control here from MVP. And remember, Protoss lost the vast majority of his production facilities, so he can't just remake all this stuff. Everything he loses. Oh my God, this Marauder's still alive.
He's going to kill another
actually
base.
Tychus Finley in a Marauder suit.
You know, only 8 gates right now for Creator. 2 more on the way. I think that Marauder's his story is finally going to end tasteless.
Oh, they're going to be building statues of that Marauder all over Tal'Darim Ultra if MVP wins this game.
The bards will be singing songs about him for years to come. MVP right now just trying to be relatively cost efficient with his forces. And he'll just keep doing this basically until Creator does leave the game. Creator just does not have economy on his side right now. But
yeah, he really doesn't.
He does have a few mining bases, you know. If MVP does this for a super duper long time and doesn't actually get anywhere, who knows? But look, he is getting somewhere. Another Nexus going down.
Now, you know, one interesting scenario that could occur if this game goes on for maybe 15 more minutes, 10 more minutes, is that Terran will actually mine out the bottom right location before the Protoss will. And then Terran will actually get in an awkward position where he has to start expanding towards the Protoss. So that's one small way that Creator could pull through with a win here.
It's actually one thing people don't think of. Sometimes you actually can mine out your part of the map too long, too fast.
Yeah.
If your opponent's defense is too good, then suddenly you're like, well, this sucks. I have no minerals left.
Yeah.
And that's something we saw a lot in TVT and StarCraft 1, not really any other matchups.
Yeah, it rarely ever happens. Sometimes PvZ and these weird long games.
Yeah.
You know, Zerg is turtling pretty hard.
In StarCraft 2, though, it's started to become something that can, in fact, happen because you can reinforce so quickly. A lot of people love to do this thing where they do take their part of the map real quick and then put on never-ending pressure.
Here comes the Terran army yet again.
Uh-oh, going after that Nexus, tasteless. DT is there, but he has a lot of orbitals right now. I don't imagine the DT defense is going to be too good anymore.
Bit odd. He doesn't have. Well, he must not have any scans. He also didn't target down that Nexus.
Oh, he has a lot of scan seats. I'm looking at these orbitals.
Yeah, you were checking out now at home, yeah.
I think he just doesn't want to. He's like, no, I'm making mules.
You know, I got to be a little bit critical of MVP here. He's not exactly making this work the way he should.
Well, he keeps taking bases. I think right now he's thinking, well, I actually can't lose this. I have so many minerals at my disposal. I'm constantly maxed. I constantly have a bank. It's not as big as it used to be, but I do constantly have a bank. But Creator's getting a pretty nice army up for himself. He has a lot of Archons in it. Those Archons, they really aren't dying off. You know, I wish he'd make some more High Templars. You know what would be really nice right now is to switch back into some Colossi.
Yeah.
Because we do have 11 ghosts out in the field.
EMP here.
Oh my God. He just hit 4 EMPs off on those Archons. So a very good move there. Those Archons will fall if he does get to hit them.
Nice EMP.
That's a very good army though for Creator.
Yeah.
And down go all the medevacs. And Tasteless. I don't know, man. Maybe Creator is really starting to have a little bit of comeback here.
You know, the longer this game goes on, it might get worse and worse here for MVP. He is just unable to break Creator. I gotta say, this is such a great best of 3 for our first. Starting off with the Super Tournament here, it's a real treat. Should probably go after the Templar Archives here.
Yeah, that would actually be a really good choice. DT does send him away. But, you know, I feel like Creator, he has to be careful with what units he's warping in. You know, he doesn't have a huge income right now. He is mining from 2 bases.
Well, he's the guy with the bigger army, not the bigger economy.
Yeah, and right now it's mostly Archons and Stalkers, but he's warping some Zealots, so that makes me happy.
Does it make you happy, Artosis?
It does.
Put a smile on your face?
I mean, Archons are really nice right now. They can't really be kited as well as before. But just Archon Stalker doesn't rub me the right way. I need some Zealots in there, and I thank him for doing that to make me happy.
You know, he's a nice guy. He's a giving person.
It clearly is. You know? We have a single Marauder drop coming up for MVP. There it is. MVP loves his hero marauders.
You know, it's funny as we talked about this game going on. I believe this game has gone on for more than a half hour.
Yeah, it's up to 42 StarCraft 2 minutes.
They are actually both going to be maxed out with their upgrades. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which means that MVP is no longer at that disadvantage.
One thing I do have to say is, oh, look at this. That is a beautiful drop. That's going to be so annoying. Oh, that Cybernetics core. That building actually takes a while to build. That's a very nice move. Looks like he's going to go after Templar Archives as well. That's a great move.
Now this is the first time we see Protoss not go back and defend. Instead, he looks like he might push out on the map. Nope. As I said that, he goes back to defense. He goes back and defends. I can't believe how resilient Creator is.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, but MVP is not doing any killing moves, you know?
Yeah.
He's floating like a butterfly, but he's not stinging like a bee.
Yeah.
And I do want to, well, he's going to clean this up, but then I'm going to point something out, Tastes, that I find pretty interesting. And oh, the Dark Shrine goes down, very nice. Some very expensive, time-consuming buildings have been taken out. I would not rebuild in that area of the map.
No, I think you should actually give up on that. Just focus all of your attention on being in the upper left.
Uh-oh. And suddenly Creator has found himself too spread out. And this is what MVP was waiting for. He's going to drop his medevac units at another location, the third base of Creator, at the same time as this. And it looks like all these Nexuses, Tasteless, are going to go down.
And I think that actually might be it. He's going to get this Nexus over here, unless I'm mistaken. The Protoss is trying to defend this location right here. So many probes killed so quickly.
Yeah, I actually like the fact he's going for probes as opposed to Nexus right now.
And look at that, the Nexus is gone.
Indeed it is.
And he just finally did it. Creator actually played beautifully, though, this game.
Yeah. And more and more planetary fortresses are going up for MVP right now. He realizes, hey, you're not going to go Colossus. I can actually go for a bunch of planetaries, and you can't really get through.
Yeah.
Creator right now has one base. His supply has plummeted. One thing I do want to point out that I was trying to point out earlier, but there was too much action. That one Marauder kept alive and killed the Forge with that was getting +2 to shields. That Creator never remade that. So he would have +3 plasma shields right now, which would have made a pretty decent difference.
That would have made a good difference, especially considering how many Archons he has.
And how long the game has gone, yeah.
Right.
Would have been great. But at this point, MVP, not beatable for Creator. Lost too many Nexuses. The drops really spread him out too much. I'm surprised Creator... I'm actually not surprised. It's a very small mistake to make, but with huge repercussions. The fact that he went over and actually tried to save his main when it was obvious he was not going to save anything over there. Lost all his bases in the top left. Could have perhaps brought this game to like a mined-out map if he hadn't done that.
Well, you know, it's a tough situation, and you really have to have a lot of experience.
This is funny because he has no robo.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's going to just let it happen. He's about to GG.
Oh, my God. Talk about a ceremonious ending.
Yeah.
He's just given up, and it's all gone. GG.
That Archon was buff.
Yeah, man. Well, that was a fascinating game. Educational, entertaining.
That was a good series. I'm happy.
Actually, that was just a great way to start off this tournament. MVP, clearly this young blood like Creator.
I think we will see Creator back.
Oh, yeah.
He is out of Super Tournament for now, but he'll be back in the GSL. Hey, look at that. It's Wolf. New
Wolf and Motrap. Motrap. I don't know why I didn't say Motrap, but I said Motrap.
Because you want to see Mo of him.
That was an epic. How long was that? 47 StarCraft minutes?
47 StarCraft 2 minutes. You know, one thing I have to say, because I know Blizzard guys are watching, why don't you fix the clock in StarCraft 2? Everyone plays on fastest that cares about the time.
Well, you know, it's interesting. Well, then what would it be in normal minutes?
I don't know the exact conversion. It's like 38% or something different. I'm not going to math that for you.
You're not going to math that?
Do I look like I have a scientific calculator right now, Tasteless?
You don't have your TI-89?
No, I
don't know what they use nowadays. I hated taking math classes with that.
I like to play games on it. I just sit there playing Tetris all day.
Yeah, they're good
Phoenix,
for games.
That was a good game back in the day.
I never played
graphic
Phoenix.
Calculator. Oh, it was really good.
I think I was playing Tetris on my TI-89.
Yeah, I played Tetris as well.
It's a good game. You know, they did a study, actually, and people that had cancer like recovered faster or something if they're playing Tetris.
Really?
Yeah. It's like good for your cell growth or something. Well, I mean, everybody, it makes sense. Video
actually-
games are like actually good for your brain.
Of course they are.
Of course they are.
Good for your spirit and your heart and your mind,
Yeah.
your soul.
Yeah, it's true.
And the forests of the world, because you're not out cutting down trees if you're in playing video games.
That's right.
It's true. It's
You're
actually
not
good for
hunting
so
little
much.
animals that
No,
are
you're not.
Artosis' friends.
You're not torturing squirrels.
No.
No, man, you're playing a video game.
Video games are good for you. So, to sum that game up, that was actually an amazing game. Creator played very well. Even though it sucks to lose at the start of the tournament, there's really no shame in going out like that.
No,
It's
it's MVP. What do you want? MVP might win this whole tournament.
Yeah. So we're going to have a 2-minute break. Don't go too far away. This is the GSL.